This is the crazy strategy that I was able to use to buy my first investment property before I could legally drink. And by the end of the video, you can learn how you can do it too, and if you take it seriously, how you can become a millionaire doing the same thing. But before I dive into this, why should real estate even interest you? Aside from the fact that most millionaires are created through real estate investing. I mean, Andrew Carnegie, one of the greatest industrialists and entrepreneurs in American history, said it best. 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than in all industrial investments combined. The wise young men and wage earners today will become millionaires by investing in real estate. Now, if you've watched my first YouTube video a few weeks ago about my story that I've never told anyone, then you know that I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And when I read that book at the age of 16, my entire life changed. And that's when I realized the rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. And if you've ever wondered what's the difference between all the wealth classes, that's what it is. And that's why there's wealthy people, and that's why there's people struggling to pay the bills and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And the wealthiest people on the planet don't become wealthy by making TikTok videos or running marketing agencies. They do it by generating passive income that works for them. So essentially, you're sleeping and you're getting paid. Or in my case, you're flying a plane for fun and you're getting paid. Or if you're crazy enough, you're jumping out of planes like I do and you're getting paid while doing it. But you get the point. So after reading the book, I started going through the ecosystem of all these real estate gurus. I realized I wasn't making any money. I was watching all these videos with these complex real estate terms, and even if I wanted to understand them, I didn't even have the money to buy the properties. So here's the reality. You probably shouldn't invest in real estate. I wouldn't even focus on it unless it's going to be your main business. And if you're starting another business or starting a social media marketing agency like I did, then just focus all of your time and energy into that one thing. Too many people fall victim to this, and I don't want it to be you. I was trying to scale all these businesses, my social media marketing agency, and at the same time, watching people like Grant Cardone and Robert Kiyosaki talk about real estate investing. And I was looking at real estate deals when I should have been closing deals for my marketing agency, my main business. And the reason for this isn't because I want to run an agency forever, but because I want to get rich for sure, not get rich quick. Crypto, marketing agencies, that's a way to get rich quick, but I want to get rich for sure. So the reason why you run the agency or the main business is so that you can build a cash cow so that you can go and invest in real estate when you have the money. At the end of the day, one of my favorite sayings is the man who chases two rabbits catches none. With that being said, let's break down how I actually bought my first property, because I'm assuming that's why you're here. So after 4 or 5 years of running my agency literally got to a point where we had too much cash sitting around, and it created a whole nother problem in and of itself, because we don't want a big tax liability. And also, if you're just keeping money in the bank with inflation going up and the bank pretty much not giving you any real interest, you're a loser, because at the end of the day, savers are losers. So after building up so much cash, that's when I really started focusing on the real estate gurus again. But then I had an epiphany. If all I did was watch YouTube videos just like this one, I would never actually take action. And that leads me to my next point, but before I do, I need you to promise me something. Don't just watch the video. Take action. Go out there and do something. Just start. So I digress. Once I realized that, I reached out to one of my good friends and now business partners, Dr. Cotter. Extremely smart person, extremely high IQ, and he just so happened to do a lot of real estate. So I partnered with him on my first deal, and that's because I knew nothing. All of those years of watching videos did nothing, because the real education started when I actually got started. And that's when I started understanding the process of how simple real estate investing really is. So let's break down the deal. This was my first deal. I had great credit, but I'm young, so I have young credit history. There's not a lot of data for the banks to really look at. So because of that, there was just no way I was gonna qualify for a conventional mortgage like most people would. And this is what people don't know. And this is also the reason why so many ordinary people have been held back from buying real estate, because they don't know this super cool strategy. Most people starting out struggle getting approved for any mortgage. So we had to apply for something called a non-QM loan, which is basically just a fancy way of the bank saying, listen, I don't trust you to pay the mortgage, but I trust the investment that you're buying to pay the mortgage. So the bank doesn't look at me as an individual. They're looking at the business, or AKA the real estate that I'm looking to buy. So I'm gonna back the asset, not you. I'm gonna trust that the asset is going to generate enough income to pay for the loan, but I'm not putting my faith in you. So we have a really good lender that we use, and we got a DSCR loan, which is just a debt service coverage ratio loan, which is basically just another fancy way of saying a non-QM loan like I just talked about. And if you're interested in buying real estate, I can connect you with the lender because they are phenomenal. Just drop a comment and I'll connect you. So they funded 75% of the first deal, and I just had to come up with the other 25%. And guys, this wasn't a cheap deal. I mean, it's all relative, but was a more than $500,000 property. And because of that, so I had to come up with a little more than $100,000. And that is why it's so important to focus on building the main business first, so that you can build a cash cow, so that you can buy these real estate opportunities when they come to you. Now, there is a way that you can buy real estate without putting money into the deal, and I could talk about that at the end of the video. So this one property that we purchased, it's on Airbnb. So on average, it's gonna make us about $7,500 to $7,600 a month in revenue. And our mortgage is only $3,300. So, and that's why the bank was willing to give a 20-year-old hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy this property. So once you buy one deal, start to get this thing that I like to call a positive addiction. Because not only will real estate give you massive tax benefits because of depreciation, and I can actually bring on Tom Wilwright, who is Robert Kiyosaki's tax strategist in CPA. Just drop a comment below and we'll do an interview with him if we get enough people interested in it. But those tax benefits really just allow me to pay way less taxes than people that are making way less money than I am. But on top of that, real estate allows me to cash flow passive income every single month without me having to do anything. And on top of that, we're just gonna refi the deal in a few years. So basically, I'm gonna get all of that money back. We're gonna get a lower interest rate, which is gonna make the property profit way more money. And then we're gonna throw that money into another deal or just use it for something else. And that allows me to scale so much faster and build wealth way quicker than the average Joe. And because I'm addicted, I just bought another duplex a few weeks ago with one of my good friends and now business partner, Brandon Spears. And the goal this year is to get up to 10 units. And I'm gonna be using my friend Cody Davis's strategy in getting those deals with zero money. We're really looking in the Ohio market, the North Carolina market. So if you know anyone selling their property, comment below, let me know. But I'm gonna be using one of my good friends, Cody Davis's strategy, who's able to get deals with no money down or little money down. This is a guy who's like 22 years old with 100+ units. Crazy. And he also has the #1 Watch Bigger podcast episode. So if you're looking to get into real estate full time, definitely check him out. And if you want me to bring him onto the YouTube channel to talk about real estate, just comment down below. So with that being said, guys, I hope this video was super helpful. If you have any questions about real estate investing or just growing your business, make sure to drop your comments down below. I answer all of them personally. I'm such a nerd and I love talking about this stuff. So if you want me to do more videos on this, let me know. And as the great Alex Hormozi always says, I have nothing to sell you. But the one thing I will ask is that you take massive action. Don't just watch this video. Go out there and do it. Implement it. If a kid from New Jersey with a speech impediment could do it, trust me, you can do it too.